he's a borderline top 10 quarterback all time, Steve Young. Because, frankly, he didn't play in his 20s, and he didn't get to have the longevity that Tom Brady had because he got a lot of concussions. But I was thinking, if he played today in this rules, I mean, with the way offenses have evolved, with the way that the rules have evolved, you can't really touch quarterbacks. You can run quarterbacks a lot. Look at how Jalen Hurts plays. If he played today, you could argue that he might be the best quarterback ever. I mean, his rushing stats would be up there with any quarterback. His passing, he might lead the league in completion percentage. I mean, he'd be like Patrick Mahomes with more running ability. More mobility. I mean, yeah, Joe Montana would be great too in today's NFL because, again, you couldn't hit him, and he got hit a lot too, but he wouldn't be the rushing threat that Steve Young was. I think in today's NFL, I might take Steve Young over Montana, over pretty much anyone except maybe Mahomes. Maybe.
Yeah. I think I feel the same way. Steve Young, I say it all the time, he's my favorite quarterback. He's the model to
Mine
me.
too.
He's the model of what they should try to make Trey Lance into, right? That's who you should model it after. And yeah, I think there's no question, man. I love Steve Young. I think he would be – that's tough. Patrick Mahomes, I'd probably give it to him, but I think Steve Young would be second. I think those would be the top two quarterbacks in the NFL.
I mean, Young is maybe even more accurate than Mahomes. Mahomes has a cannon that Young didn't have, but they both have that pillow touch. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Steve Young was 70% accuracy, like just ridiculous.
In the 90s. In the 90s. Imagine today he'd be completing 75% of his throws.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other thing is, you look at his, he ran like 4 times a game on the Niners. When he was younger he ran more. But on the Niners, 4 scrambles a game. Now, he would have 4, 5, 6 scrambles a game plus 3, 4, 5 zone reads a game. Like, his legs would be such a bigger factor. Kind of like how, in the 80s, you had Larry Bird, great shooter. He was shooting like 3 threes a game. If he played today, he would shoot like 12. Same with Chris Mullin. Those are guys who would probably be even better today. Larry Bird, Chris Mullin, just because of how the game's evolved. That's what I'm thinking with Steve Young. The game he was ahead of his time. He was underutilized in certain ways. Sorry, I get excited about it.
And it was fun because he was a lefty, so it's different watching it come off the left hand. And he was just the most exciting quarterback I've ever seen. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a 49er, but it just felt like he was just so exciting, like how he would create and extend plays and the things he would do. And he could make any pass on the field. Yeah, I think Steve Young is my favorite quarterback of all time. I think Mahomes, that's going to be tough. I think I like Steve Young better than Mahomes, man, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I just love Steve Young, man.
He's a more exciting runner.
Yeah. Yeah, and that he can do everything pretty much. With the passing game, he can do everything Patrick Mahomes does, but he's more mobile.
And again, the reason Steve Young isn't considered the GOAT or a top 5 quarterback is because he didn't play in his 20s, had to sit behind Montana, and then he got obliterated. If you're too young to remember Steve Young, they hit him in the head so many times. And back then you could. I mean, you can't hit people in the head. You can't hit quarterbacks in the head anymore. Yeah. He could have, if he played today, he would have been playing into his 40s like everyone else. So,
yeah, I think 8 concussions is what. Eight of them, and that's what ended his career. I mean, if he was in today's NFL, he would not have 8 concussions.
I mean, no, he was a better player than Drew Brees.
Yeah,
I think he was a better player than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, something remarkable about Steve Young is how many concussions he's taken, and he's still very bright and intelligent, which is,
he was as good as any passer ever, statistically.
Yeah,
and he was arguably a top 3 or 4 running quarterback ever too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, that's really what Steve Young was. And it's crazy.
Mike Vick, Lamar Jackson at running. Mike Vick, Lamar Jackson. Who else?
I mean, those 3, and then, Justin Fields, he's new, but he's quite exciting. But I mean, Steve Young was right there. He was the original. Randall Cunningham, people point him out. That's another guy who was ahead of his time too.
He was like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields combined.
He was that good.
Yeah.
Monteture says Niners fans would hate Young as a rookie. See Trey. Yeah, it's true. Niner fans, but they might have hated Joe Montana as a rookie too because he didn't play as a rookie.